Clannad mes frekinen kalindas ni mos brevia tam hen sever.
Moya Brennan, just take me back. You were like 15, 16 when you started in Clannad. What was that journey like?
Well, you see, the thing that happened there was my father, who had a show band, that kind of folded because things moved into the pubs and the bars and that. And so it was his only trade was music. So he bought himself a bar. It's called Leo's Tavern. And what it meant for us was a stage. So we just, without naming us Clannad, we weren't called Clannad. We just used to get up on stage and play together, basically, and anything from, Joni Mitchell to the Beatles to a Gaelic song and a Donovan song and a Gaelic song. And we used to love the Gaelic songs. We'd do them at school. My grandparents, it was our first language and all that. So it was a chance to get up on stage. I was in boarding school in Sligo, so it was during the holiday times we'd get up.
When did you first realise you had such a great voice?
Oh, it was ages after that. I always thought I had a very puny voice. It wasn't a big voice, and so it was after people, when people were sort of sending me, I think after Harry's game, really, because you were getting, I got phone calls from people in America and in Texas. It wasn't phone calls, but Texas, or faxes, I suppose, in those days, asking me, what microphone I used, what compressor, what EQ, whatever, because they thought it was made up in the studio. And then I realised that I had the timbre of my own voice was something that came from Donegal.
Is it something in the water or
I'd
the
say
air?
It's the earthiness of Donegal.
What did Bono describe your voice as, like something from the angels?
Well, people have, will come up to me and say, oh, you sound so much like an angel. Something reference to heaven anyway, something in those lines, but it was nice.
What goes through your mind when you're singing?
Oh, just enjoyment, really, Because if you sometimes think of the songs too much, you can forget words. When you think too hard about something and your mind goes blank, they just kind of, you know a song and you know it well, you know what you're singing about. But the joy of singing, I love singing. I love performing on stage. That part of the music business I'll never, get sick of. It's just...
Presumably the part which you didn't enjoy is, when you started off in Clannad, there was a lot of downs.
Well, you didn't realise at the time there was downs. It was, you got into too much drinking and there was a bit of drugs and, as far as smoking and cocaine and things like that. But it was, I'm talking about downs for me now is travelling too much, getting on another plane.
But do you look back on that person and wonder how you're still alive? I mean, like you had a miscarriage from drugs and stuff
all
like
those kind of things, Do you
ever get over that kind of guilt?
You do. You have to find peace. You have to find an inside peace.
How do you find peace from that?
Well, a belief. You really have to find your spiritual side. And, I found it through Christianity, but, other people find it through different things. When I find it through Christianity, it mightn't be the hippest thing to say, but I don't care. It's where you find it. Knowing, you have to forgive yourself. You have to like yourself again or whatever.
Why do you say it's not the hippest thing? Because a lot of the singers that we all love, like Dylan and Johnny Cash and people like that, they are quite religious in their music.
They are, but if I said to you, like, I've got into Buddhism and, I've been in Nepal and everything, everybody would be saying, oh, wow, that's amazing. But, those rules and regulations that are attached to those, those spirituality, the kind of religions or whatever, can be stricter than, Christianity is. It's just it's what makes you feel strength. Like when I get up in the morning, I know I'm not by myself. I know God. I really believe in God, and I know He looks after me. That's really what's important to me.
But I suppose regardless of what religion you believe in, it's like the same cake iced differently, isn't it?
It is. It's about thinking that it's not all about you. It makes you think of other people. It makes you. I mean, it's all the great traits that one likes in people, like having kindness and gentleness and patience and love and that. Everybody wants to be that kind of person, I think, I mean, the majority of people, and sometimes they don't know how to go about it, but you have to find yourself and like yourself first, and, it has to come from there. Do you
think God saved you for a reason?
Well, I mean, I know that I bring a lot of happiness to people, and they know they know about my life. I've not made a secret about it. So when people come up and said that they have found something from either my book or whatever, so it's nice to think that he has used me. Yeah.
Tell me about Clannad coming back together, these shows.
Well, since like 3 years ago when we did the Trad Fest, the Christchurch Cathedral, and I went online and the tickets just went within hours, and 40% of them were from outside Ireland as well. So they put in 2 more, so we did 3 shows there. It was sold out, because it could have sold more. We did a DVD and a CD of it, and it was great. It just kind of started us thinking that, listen, we do have something that people like and cherish and want to hear, and he said, let's give it a whirl. And so we started.
Was that ever in doubt?
Well, it wasn't, but you needed an injection to kind of make you get it together, because we kept saying, let's get it, let's come together, let's make another album, whatever. But you can be lazy about it. We're all doing our own different things. You say, listen, I'm doing something now until November, and maybe we'll have a look in January, and then time goes on. And you know how time is. It's just like, it just flies, I can't believe now it's like October. But so it was an injection. It was just kind of made us kind of start to look, into touring again. And during the touring, we took our time to start in writing as well, on and off in between the touring. It took about a year to get the material together for a new album. We went in, and we had such a great time doing the album. It was like so natural. Everything just was so natural. But because there was a break, it felt fresh. So that's what was nice about it. So that's why we're kind of enjoying it.
Do you think your voice has got better over the years? When you look back from the 16-year-old girl to the...
Absolutely.
I won't ask you what age you are now, but you're a bit older than
You can
16.
make it up. Yeah. But absolutely, my voice, and that's why I think I'm enjoying it as well. My voice is just, I know how to use it, and it's really developed, and my breathing's great, and thank God for it at the moment. It's fantastic.
Bring the van and the Cuava, through that missionary world.